Hello and welcome back to Does It Go Hard, the show where I review movies, video games, and more. Today's Does It Go Hard episode is actually special for two reasons. One, I have not reviewed a single video game in a long time, so I just want to start putting these video game reviews more frequently. And two, this is a game that I'm very much excited for, and I've been excited for since the first day it was announced. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is an incredible game. I love this game. I think it's one of the best games Nintendo has made, and it is one of the best games on the Nintendo Switch. So when they announced a sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, everybody went crazy. Everybody was wondering what this game was going to be and how they were going to top Breath of the Wild, which is already a pretty amazing game on its own. Can they even make a better game than Breath of the Wild? Just to put it simply, fuck yes! Not only is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom better than Breath of the Wild, this video game is the most video gamist that I've ever video gamed in my entire fucking life. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I'm just gonna say it right now. Tears of the Kingdom, to me, is a masterpiece. If you literally held me at gunpoint and told me which one's better, Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, with no fucking doubt whatsoever, I will tell you, Tears of the Kingdom is the better game, not only objectively, but just in general, in any way possible. Tears of the Kingdom is a better game than Breath of the Wild. No hate to Breath of the Wild, but I do have some complaints from that game that are really well addressed in Tears of the Kingdom, where I'm like, this is just perfect. Like, you've created like the perfect game here. I don't usually say things like this because I don't believe in such things like there's a perfect game, there's no perfect movie, there's no perfect show. Well, shit, if I'm gonna break that rule, then it's going to be in this case, because this game is near perfection. How do I start a review for a game this big, this detailed, and with so much love and passion put into it? The gameplay here is very similar to Breath of the Wild's gameplay. Like, it's still the same combat system, same parry system, same dodge system, same blocking. It's the same gameplay in terms of the combat, but it is improved by the new abilities that you have. Yeah, the abilities that you had in Breath of the Wild with the Sheikah Slate are not transferred into Tears of the Kingdom, but they are replaced with abilities that, in my opinion, in my humble and only correct opinion, are a lot better than the abilities that they give you in Breath of the Wild. Especially Ultra Hand. Ultra Hand is the ability where you can build machines like cars, planes, air balloons, everything. You can create aircrafts of mass destruction, huge mecha robots. It's amazing. The amount of freedom that this game gives you to do anything is immaculate. This is one of the things that I really love about both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, is that it doesn't force you to, you have to do this way, and this way, because that's how we designed it. No, these two games, they said, okay, we have designed this game for you to take whatever you got and pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. This game is truly a sandbox of just endless possibilities of what you can do with these different abilities. Again, with Ultra Hand, the fact that you can create any kind of machines, you can create weapons with these different materials. It's amazing. Another one of the abilities that is very useful is Fuse. Fuse, you can actually take a very weak weapon like a stick and combine it with something like a big boulder and pretty much have a hammer on your hands, making the weapon more durable and stronger. And you can do that with quite literally almost any of the objects that you can find. Like, you can do this with a tree, with a boulder, with like a goblin horn. You can do this with almost anything, and it will literally improve your weapons by a lot. And this one ability became very useful later on, right when enemies start to get just fucking balls to the wall insanely hard. The other ability that I really loved and actually became more useful than I thought it would be was Ascend. I hear a lot of people say that, I kind of forgot that Ascend was even an ability, mainly because I just climb everything. But to me, who is a dumbass and can't stand climbing everything, I found Ascend very, very useful, because I just don't want to climb an entire mountain or an entire cave like that. I don't want to hear it. I mean, I don't hate it. I love it, especially in these two games. But man, there's just sometimes where I just don't feel like climbing, and just like going through ceilings is the best thing this game could ever give me, personally. Hey, it's Future Diego. Just kind of wanted to talk about the fact that I forgot to mention the recall ability, which allows you to reverse time on certain objects. It's very cool and very useful. So yeah, that's that. Sorry, I just needed to mention that. Okay, bye. There's actually a fourth new ability, but I won't be spoiling it, because the way you get it is actually kind of intricate, and, you know, it requires you to explore yourself to kind of get to this ability. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, just go look for it, like really explore for it. It did become like a bit of a useful ability from time to time, but still, I think the way that you get it is really cool, and the side quest involved with it was really, really fun. And the music, man, oh my god, it's so fucking beautiful. Tears of the Kingdom does take a lot of music from Breath of the Wild, but it finds different ways to remix them and to make them feel fresh and unique to Tears of the Kingdom, while also introducing new tracks that are mainly from Tears of the Kingdom. In general, the music in this game is amazing, from the different music that you will hear in any of the different regions, from the main theme. This game's main theme is the hardest fucking thing I've heard in my entire life. It's amazing. Now, in terms of story, it's the same thing. Princess Zelda gets captured, Link has to save her. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the story is a lot more intricate than you think it is. That was one of my complaints about Breath of the Wild. It was the fact that the story in that game feels very like a secondary thing, and it was like an afterthought, while the rest of the game is really what is the star. In Tears of the Kingdom, it does feel like there is a well balance between actually telling a story and just making an overall bomb-ass, fucking amazing, fun game. But there's specifically one thing about Breath of the Wild in terms of its storytelling that I wasn't a very big fan of myself, and it was the memories. The memories in Breath of the Wild, I think, are kind of annoying, and they don't serve much of a purpose in terms of the story. You get a little tidbits of story here and there, but for the most part, it's just Link, Zelda, and the champions just kind of fucking around and just kind of goofing around. It's like, fine, I guess. Like, I like the champions, don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, this doesn't do it for me, I guess. Maybe, I get it, maybe it's just a me thing, but it just didn't fully work for me. And here, in Tears of the Kingdom, they kind of have something similar to the memories from Breath of the Wild, but they serve a much greater purpose here, because they actually feel like they're telling a real story. The way Ganondorf is portrayed here is amazing. I mean, Ganondorf has always been kind of a, not mustache twirling villain, but he's always been kind of nasty and slimy and kind of a big fucking asshole. He's like Scar from The Lion King, just way more fucked up. I loved every single character, from the main characters of the story, the random just people that you encounter in Hyrule. They're just so fun and lovable. I just like all these characters. I think they're all very sweet and charming in their own way. Yes, my favorite character is Ganondorf. Fuck you, however you want to judge me for that, but I can't help it. Also, can we just talk about the fact that this game is legitimately terrifying? I mean, this is not necessarily new for the Legend of Zelda series. These games tend to have some horror-ish elements from once in a while, but I truly believe Tears of the Kingdom is the scariest, like, Zelda has ever been. Mainly because the enemies are just fucking ruthless. But also, I just think the story is a lot darker. Yes, and what I'm about to say is gonna be a little bit of a hot take. It's gonna be a hashtag Twitter hot take. But I truly believe Tears of the Kingdom is much scarier than Ocarina and Majora's Mask. I know that I just completely fucking pissed off a lot of people by saying this, but I don't give a shit. It's my opinion. Goddamn, I almost forgot to talk about the world. The world here is just bigger than Breath of the Wild in any capacity. I mean, not only do we have the main land, that being just the land of Hyrule, but now we also have to explore the skies with the Sky Islands. And this is not really a spoiler, or kind of slight little spoiler, but not really. We also have to explore under the land of Hyrule, that being the depths. You know the scariest part about the depths? Once you beat a boss, you think, oh, okay, that's it. Never have to see the boss ever again. That's not the fucking case. The bosses return as just normal enemies. You fucking insane. But yeah, I love this game. If you are really wondering what rating I'm giving this game, of course the game goes hard. This game definitely, absolutely, astronomically goes hard. And yes, this is now one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely top 5 at least. You guys need to play it right now. If you haven't, just what the fuck are you even doing here? You should be playing this game right now instead of hearing me talk like a dumbass and just gushing about just how much I love this game. Enjoy every nook and cranny of it. Believe me, you will not be disappointed by this game. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Did you love the game? Did you hate it? How could you fucking possibly hate this game? Or are you just kind of in the middle? How could you possibly just be in the middle? But anyways, let me know down in the comments what you thought about the game. And like always, good day, good night, and stay safe.